Hey everyone, it's Rebecca and I'm coming to you today from my garden. You can see here in the background. We are at the end of April here in North Alabama, and I have just started putting a lot of my frost tender plants in the ground. I've got some garlic and potatoes over there. You can see those have been growing for several weeks, and I just kind of want to show you around what I've got planted and what I'm planting. We do a no-till system here, and so we layer cardboard and compost and mulch, and eventually that's going to break down into the existing soil, making it better over time. I started the middle of this garden last year, but I kind of just let it go because we were in the middle of moving and had a lot going on, and so I've kind of had to get a lot of weeds out of there. There's still some weeds because it wasn't covered with mulch very well, and just kind of redoing a lot of areas, and I've made it bigger, and I probably will eventually make it somewhat bigger, but I'm just going to show you around and show you what I've got planted. So this right here is going to be kind of the back of the garden. You can see we kind of have a driveway right there coming up. These holes right here I have got cut out of the cardboard, and I've planted sunflower seeds in there. So the goal is the sunflowers will shoot up and be in the back here. I'm just hoping that I didn't plant them too deep. We'll see how that goes. This area has not been planted yet, but I'm planning to move that mulch back, put some compost there, and plant some sweet potatoes in the next month or so, and they will vine out quite a bit, and so putting them on the edge where they can kind of come over into the grass if they need to or whatever. So we also have, these are our potatoes. I planted these in March. So you can see they're coming along pretty well. I've got a red potato variety and a purple potato, and we love fresh potatoes. I was really surprised the first time when we ate fresh potatoes of how much a difference it was. And they're so fun to grow because you just really don't know what you're getting until you dig them up. And so we really enjoy growing those. So this was part of the garden I had last year, and then this is a new area. It does have some cardboard that isn't breaking down yet, which I made some holes in it so the potatoes, the roots could go through it, but you can see they are a little bit smaller, so that might be because they're not getting their roots into the ground. We'll kind of have to work on that and see how it goes. So this winter I had a bunch of garlic that just kept sprouting in my kitchen. And so I just decided to come out here and stick it in the ground. I had planted some other fall crops, and honestly they just didn't do too well. And so I put this garlic in here, and it's actually growing really well. I don't know that it's heading up yet, but it's looking good. And then a few carrots decided to go ahead and sprout in there this spring as well that I planted back in September. So plants just grow when they want to grow, and all we can do is just plant the seed, and God is the one that makes it grow, right? So these are some strawberries. I have some other strawberries over there in a different area, but these I had planted somewhere else and they just weren't growing, and I wasn't sure if something was eating the leaves or if it was the soil, so I put them in here. They do seem to be doing a little bit better, but not super great. So I was trying out some different varieties. The one variety I have is Old North Sea, and I really like it. It's a really good berry, but it doesn't tend to be super shelf stable. So I wanted something that could last a little bit longer if I was going to try to sell them or anything. So over here I have some melon starts that I was actually just doing an experiment on in the house to see. The seeds were kind of old, so I was going to see if they were going to grow. I left them in too long in the little containers. They look terrible, but I went ahead and planted them out and just planted the other seeds around in there as well, so I don't know that those are going to make it, but if they do, that'll be fine, and if they don't, I've got some other seeds coming up underneath them. This is going to be green beans here. It's a Blue Lake bush bean that I've got planted. Got 3 rows of those, and then I've got peppers here. I bought 2 poblano, and I've got 6 jalapenos, so I'm excited to see how those do. They look really good. This is a bare spot here. Haven't completely decided what I'm going to plant here yet, so I just like to kind of do a little bit at a time and kind of see where I'm going to plant things, because I haven't got a real system in this year. I feel like next year I will probably redo a lot of these areas. I might go in a different direction, like change these to go in the other direction. We'll see. So this corner is bare right here so far. You can see where I've laid the cardboard down, and it is killing off the weeds. And then I will add that compost to plant in and mulch. You can see that's done a great job of killing off those weeds, and so that I won't have as much problem with those. You really want to kind of have something around your borders to help the grass from creeping in from the sides, especially if you have like a Bermuda grass. It's a really good idea to have some good borders to help that from creeping in. So here we have some tomatoes that I just bought from a local store. I've got several different varieties there. This is a mortgage lifter. This is a cherry tomato. Got a Carolina Gold. This is a beefsteak. No, yeah, big beef. And this one is Aroma, and this one is Aroma, and then we've got San Marzano over here. So these are some panels that my brother gave me that we put up that we can tie those tomatoes to. That's our awesome pile of wood chips that my neighbor was getting some trees taken down, and I asked them if I could have the wood chips, so they dropped them off over here. It's been super awesome. And I've planted some more sunflowers here, so hopefully those will pop up and kind of make like a little entryway here. So I'm excited about that. These are Black Russian. The ones I planted in the back are a Mammoth variety and a Lemon Queen. And I'm going to be planting on either side of these trellises. This is chamomile. I actually put some seed in here, and I really have a hard time getting chamomile seed to grow. It will start growing and then it ends up dying. So I bought a plant and separated it out. We'll see how that does. And then those are a southern pea. They are, I can't remember, I think these are a Mississippi southern pea type. Those are growing and they will climb up the cattle panel. And this is the same thing over here. It's leafed out a little bit more. I had some different types of lettuce growing here on the inside. That one kind of, all the seeds kind of eroded to the middle there with the when the water, when we had a lot of rain. And the idea is that they'll get shaded by the stuff growing on the outside and they won't get bitter as quickly. It gets so hot here that sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. Those are cucumbers on that side. And then I have another type of cowpea growing on the other side here. And I don't think I planted anything on the inside here. So these are some pumpkins I have planted. This is a Dutch fork pie pumpkin, and the goal was to plant some every week or so, just so I could have some throughout the summer and winter for the animals and for us. So I'm going to try that Dutch fork pie pumpkin. It's supposed to do really good in the Carolinas. That's where it's from. So I'm hoping it'll do good here in Alabama too. I've been able to grow some pumpkins, but not a ton. So I'm going to try some different varieties this year. And so I'm just going to continue to plant the pumpkins down this area every few weeks or so. So over here behind the tomatoes, I have several different varieties of basil that I've planted. I've got lemon basil, lime basil, purple basil, large leaf basil, lettuce leaf basil, and they haven't started coming up yet. I just planted them. I love basil in the garden. I think it smells good. It's beautiful. I just love it. So over here behind the garlic and in between the basil, I actually have several different herbs that I had planted. I started some of these plants inside, but they kind of got stunted from taking them inside and outside, and so I don't really know if they're going to grow. I think this is some cilantro right here, and I think that looks like probably some more carrots that have decided to come up. There's a rogue lettuce over there that decided to grow from planting several months ago. And so I'm probably going to just replant this area because I don't know if what I put in there is going to grow, but we'll see. And so that's it for the garden area. We also have strawberries, raspberries, and blueberries, and I will show you those in just a minute. So this is our blueberry area. I took a lot of plants from my other house. I had 3 large blueberry plants and 2 smaller ones, and I transplanted the 2 smaller ones, and then I took shoots off of the 3 bigger ones and planted them over here. I also bought a few from Bluegrass Blueberries. These are some of those that I started, and then a friend gave me some of her cuttings that she had cut off of hers, and so we have a good variety. We've got a Legacy, O'Neill, and then a Chandler. I bought the Chandler have the really big blueberries, so I'm excited for those. This is a pink lemonade blueberry, and I have like a whole row of those, so I think that's going to be really pretty to have the several rows of blue, and then I have a row of pink right here in the middle. So this is what they look like. They're still pretty green right now, but they will turn pink, and they do have a little bit of a lemony sour flavor. They're really, really good. So these are the pink lemonade ones. They're just coming along. We won't have a ton of berries this year because I did cut some of these back, and we had a pretty bad drought last year, so I think that didn't do super great for them. But I'm hoping in the next few years we will have a lot. We can have people come out and pick. So the goal is to have a You Pick blueberry farm here eventually in a few years. Got a row there. We've got 7 rows total, and I'm still working on getting all these mulched. We just got it mowed the other day, and it looks so nice. This one is looking pretty good. It's got several berries on it. This is one I cut way back, and it's sending off a lot of shoots, and so I'm hoping for a lot of growth this year, and then maybe next year we'll get a lot of berries. This is our strawberries and our raspberries. I had planted strawberries in here last year, and a lot of them died with the cold weather, but a lot of them have come back. This Old North Sea variety has been amazing. It's very prolific. It keeps coming back. The berries are really, really good. My girls made me some strawberry rocks here. It's painted to look like a strawberry, and it's to fool the birds where they'll come peck it, and then they'll think that the strawberries are all hard and not edible, and they'll leave your other strawberries alone. We did that several years ago, and it seemed to work, so we tried it again because they've been in here getting into the strawberries. But you can see there's some that are ready. Here's some coming along. I need to mulch this a little bit more. It's good to keep some hay or something underneath your strawberries to help them from, you really don't want them touching the ground because they will mold quicker that way. But I'm probably eventually going to have this just for the raspberries because they will start popping up everywhere. Raspberries kind of go crazy when you start planting them. Move the strawberries somewhere else, but I'm still working on all that. So I don't remember which variety this is, but I got a red raspberry, a purple raspberry, and a white gold raspberry. I've got 2 of each of those, so they're coming along. Here's another bed with more strawberries and strawberry rocks and raspberries. You can see this raspberry. It's coming along pretty good. So we're excited for that. And this is a smaller bed that's got raspberries and mint and oregano, which I will probably move out, but I need to get some pots for, especially for that mint, because it kind of will go everywhere, and I don't really want that this time. So this is my garden, the end of April here in North Alabama, and I hope you enjoyed our little tour, and I can't wait to show you how it grows throughout the season.